So what we have here is Dante, my black devil snail. It's not very common in the aquarium trade. They come up once in a while. They're a lot like rabbit snails in terms of their shell design and their length. Get to be about up to 3.5 inches. See if I can get a better focus on them. And they say that black devil snails, well, the full name is black devil spike, Phaeunus ater in this case, they say that they like to munch on plants. I've had my little buddy here, Dante, for a little over a week now, and I've got plenty of plants. I have not had any issues with my plants. In fact, Dante is all the way over here. I've never caught him once by the plants. Because, I mean, I've got a little bit of everything. The only plant that suffers is my Amazon sword because it's a root feeding plant and I need to get some root tabs for it in order to fertilize it and make sure it continues to grow. But I have plants there specifically for my rabbit snails and my black devil spike snails to munch on. And they don't munch on them. They pretty much act like Malaysian trumpet snails. They dig under the sand and eat the random detritus and release gases as they go along. They make little trenches and whatnot, and I can't say that I've had any issue with a black devil spike and plants. And quite frankly, these guys are some of the most underrated snails in the aquarium trade, in my opinion, if you have a sand tank like I do. Because a lot of people resort to Malaysian trumpet snails and then they get like, they start out with maybe like 2, 3, 4, and then they end up with like 100. And it just becomes a mess. And I don't like that. That's why I like rabbits and black devil spikes, because they do the same thing, only I think they do it better, and they're way more fun to watch. And the neat thing about black devil spikes is, despite being very similar to rabbit snails in terms of their size and shell shape, they are a lot more active. So I've got my rabbits and black devil spikes all crawling through the sand, releasing the gases, eating detritus, leftover foods that are bottom feeder food, and as you can see, my plants are doing okay. Glass is a little dirty, needs to be cleaned a little bit here, but you get the idea. And if you do have plants, I honestly don't think it'll be a big deal if you have some bottom feeder food left over for them. Or just do like I do, have some blanched zucchini. Or if you're really concerned, get some romaine lettuce and let them munch on that. They love romaine. Well, from what I understand, snails love romaine lettuce because it's high in calcium. So, yeah, I mean, I love this little guy. He seems to be doing just fine, even in a planted tank. When I first got him at the pet store, they do kind of pre-starve them a bit, because they do that with pretty much every fish to reduce the amount of waste that they produce in the tanks, so that it keeps the water a little cleaner. So they're very hungry when they first come into your tank. I just took an algae wafer, put it on the ground right next to him. He annihilated the algae wafer. And then after that, he was crawling everywhere. Around the sand, up on the driftwood, all on the glass and everything. The little guy is awesome. He's only $4 at the pet store that I got him from, Aquarium Adventures, over in Naperville, Illinois. Bit of a distance for me to go, but when they told me they had some of these guys, because I've been looking for them, I had to pounce and at least get one and see how they do. And I don't regret the decision at all. I think that they are an awesome addition to my aquarium. And he's just so much fun to watch. And he's being kind of a loaf at the moment, just chilling out on the glass like he does. But it's an impressive shell. I'm hoping to acquire Phaeunus magma, which is the lava snail. It is a direct relation to the black devil spike. Only difference is the skin is red to orange instead of black, hence the name lava snail. And those are even harder to source, but one day I hope to get like almost every type of freshwater snail in here, because I don't know, I like snails. But anywho, that's my little spiel about black devil spikes. I think they are relatively harmless given proper nutrition and care, and they just benefit the tank if you have sand by just crawling under it. And I have like really thick sand. I got a National Geographic sand, and their stuff is really thick, so that doesn't bother him. He just crawls under it anyway, and half the time I can't even find him. He's under the sand doing his own thing. But that's okay. But every day or two I see him pop out of the tank and he's just derping around. Another benefit is that they only breed in brackish water. If you have a freshwater tank, they will not breed. The larvae simply cannot grow to fruition without brackish water, so you don't have to worry about overproduction or reproduction in the tank. And you get the benefits of Malaysian trumpet snails without the hassle of having a bajillion of them. So, anywho, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys.